Hello everyone. So basically what this is, it's gonna be this is gonna be a two-part vlog basically. Because what's going on right now is, the AMC, which is, movie theater chain, they are currently having this thing where spread over 2 weekends, they're going to be showing all 9 of the movies that are nominated for the Best Picture award at the Oscars. And of course, I always follow the Oscars because I'm a movie fan, but I've never really gotten the chance to see all of the movies before, and that always leaves me feeling kind of uninformed. So this year, I just decided to go for it and see all of them. And I decided to share my thoughts with everyone. So, like I said, all the 9 movies are split up into 2 weekends. And I just got back from the first day of it, which was 4 films. Amour, Les Miserables, Argo, and Django Unchained. So, I'll be going through them in that order. So first up is Amour. Well, let's just go ahead and say it's not gonna win. Like, no matter what I think, or really anything, it's not gonna win. But I guess that doesn't really matter for the discussion. But one thing I noticed, actually, about Amour was that no one really talks about what it's about. Which, I guess, it's just kind of overshadowed by the fact that everyone's just kind of like, oh, it's a French film, and kind of leave it at that. So, basically, I guess I'll give... I'm not going to give the plot for every movie, because, I mean, they're nominated for Best Picture, so I figure most people know at least a general idea of what they're about. But Amour, I guess I will, just because I'm going to assume everyone else is not as uninformed as I was. Basically, it's about this old French couple, and the wife starts becoming ill, and that's pretty much it. Like, okay, Amour was very obviously the art house pick for, like, I think last year, or at least in the recent years, that was the one that was like Winter's Bone. Something like that. Just, like, it's the one that no one's heard of, but, like, they nominated because they need to round out the choices, I guess. And it's not art house just because it's a French movie. It's, like, I think there's a dub, but at least the one I saw and the one it's being judged on is the French one with English subtitles. So, it's not just art house because it's French. It's art house for a lot of reasons. First off is the shots. And the fact that they take really long. Like, I don't know, like, of course it was obviously like a style choice, but almost every shot in this movie is a single shot. I wouldn't say there are many shots in this movie that last less than 15 or 20 seconds. Like, again, of course you want, not be, like, cutting every 2 seconds and quick, but, like, it does, like, okay, besides the kind of opening scene before the title card, the first shot of the movie is a crowd shot that lasts about 1.5 to 2 minutes, and that pretty much just sets the tone for what it's gonna be. And honestly, like, I get, like, at least, it's been pointed out that, like, it's kind of like a metaphor, because the whole thing's about kind of, like, the monotony and kind of the boredom of it all, so I guess that was what they were trying to get across by dragging the shots out. But see, I think they crossed the line, because I think they could have had long shots and gotten across the point, but they went even longer. Like, you got to that point where you're like, well, this shot's going on for a while, and then went past that and you're like, okay, they're gonna cut away now, they're gonna do anything now. And it's grating, honestly, for a lot of the time. Like, I guess, like, halfway, 3/4 of the way, your mind just kind of gets desensitized and you get used to it. But it's still just, it takes a while. And I get, like, obviously I'm 14, look at me, I'm not an art house person, I get that, but it's not like I didn't get this movie. Like, I won't spoil the ending, I guess, just in case you want to go out and see it, but, and I know a lot of people haven't, but I got the ending, and I got what it was going for. It just, I don't think it did it well. And, especially, okay, so I didn't hate the movie. What I liked was the middle part, because the middle part was very quaint. It was very, like, calm and happy. Well, not happy. I didn't mean to say happy, because it's obvious. It's about a wife. It's about a woman slowly dying, basically. So it's not happy. It's calm. It's very much just, like, that's where, it's kind of the point where, I guess it's the closest they got to the long shots actually working, where you can kind of just let the whole thing kind of wash over you, and just kind of relax and enjoy the experience, and that's probably where I got the most, at least, interested in it. Then she starts getting worse. Like, I forget what the exact illness was, but basically she starts, it begins when, like, okay, so basically she gets she develops some, like, tumor or something, I forget, and she ends up, like, paralyzed on the right side, and, like, she needs a wheelchair, and her husband has to, like, basically do a lot of stuff for her. Then she, like, falls off, and she starts getting really bad. She starts, basically, by the end, she's almost kind of a vegetable. And here's the thing, like, it's uncomfortable in the worst way you can make a movie scene uncomfortable. Where it's just, like, okay, when you want to make, like, you can try and make your audience feel awkward, but there's kind of a way you have to do it. You have to do it so that it's not too awkward, so that your audience is like, man, that was awkward, and because it was awkward, that character must have felt awkward, so I feel for that character. And that can work. This is really depressing and awkward and uncomfortable, so I'm not going to watch this anymore. Like, around that time, like, when all that stuff started happening, that's when I got up and went to go get concessions, because I was just like, I'm not sitting through this. And when I came back, it was, like, tail end of that, so it was about, like, 15-20 minutes of just that. I'm gonna cut quickly, because I'm having... hold on a minute. Okay, I'm back now? Okay, where was I? So, that's when I got up, and left, because that was like a 15-20 minute stretch of just pure, and okay, yeah, I'll reiterate, I get that they were going for, because they were trying to make it like, because the whole point is that it's really, really hard for this guy, who's having to basically not only watch his wife die, but care for her while she's dying, and I get what they were going for, but I just didn't want to watch it. Like, no matter, like, I think the film was alright, but I would never, ever watch it again. And if, in that case, you've failed as a film if people don't want to watch it anymore. Like, I don't care if it's, like, the best film in the world. If I'm never going to watch it again, then it's kind of hollow. And it honestly, it's just awkward. Like, okay, I'll admit at the end of the awkward stretch, there is sort of a twist. where it's honestly the only moment in that stretch where it's like actually like whoa, that like something happens. I'll reiterate, this is no, not reiterate, but I'll say this is a very nothing movie. Like, I remember basically, if you shorten the shots a lot and cut out all of the filler, then you could probably make this like a short film. Like a TV episode, like 30 minutes or something like that. Just because, like, basically, between when she gets home from the illness and when she starts getting worse, that's like 30 to 45 minutes of literally nothing, and I think it's only like a 92-hour movie anyways. So, yeah, I didn't like it more. It just honestly, like, okay, yeah, it's not my type of film. Technically, I get it, but I am open to stuff, and I did try and like it, but it was just great. It was just agonizing in a way. But that was that, and I don't think, again, it's not gonna win, so I don't know.